back to Real Talk. So today's video I thought I'd do 5 things that I like and 5 things that I dislike about my Polo GTI. The reason for doing that is I've owned the car for about a year now, which I feel has given me plenty enough time to figure out the things that I do and don't like because I've been living with it daily. So let's get on with it. Okay, so let's start with the 5 things that I like most about the Polo GTI. Number 1 is definitely the power. Yes, it's not got a ridiculous amount of power like the M4 or AMGs or any kind of M performance car, I know that. But for a small little hot hatch, it's kicking 200 brake horsepower near enough to the front wheels, which is just enough, I feel. The actual engine itself has got so much low down grunt. For example, I'm going 40 mile an hour now. I'll drop it into third. So 40 mile an hour, put down, that's 60 already. So the actual engine itself is just enough. It's enough to get you out of trouble and it's enough to have a lot of fun with. So yes, the engine, the power is number 1. Number 2, I love the way the car handles. For a front wheel drive car, the actual XDS system in it, where basically if you're going around a corner too fast, it brakes an inside wheel and kind of like boomerangs you around, or slingshots you around the corner, which I find is great because I've actually experienced it a few times. I've entered a corner too fast and it's kind of just took me round without me doing anything, and I've just gone, oh crap, it's done it. But other than that, if you're not pushing it ridiculously too hard so it does that, the actual car itself handles really well. However, the tyres that it comes on standard, the Bridgestones, they are awful. When I mean awful, I mean if it's slightly damp and you go around a bend, you know, at a reasonably quick speed, nothing too insane, you'll just find that the car is actually understeering. So if you get in a car, change the tyres as soon as you can, preferably Michelin Pilot Sport 3s or something like that. The third thing I like about the Polo GTI is the way that it looks. It's actually a really, really good looking car, and you'll find a lot of people actually look twice at it, especially if it's all cleaned up. The alloys are really nice compared to the older generation, the 6Rs alloys. I prefer the 6Cs, a lot of people do prefer the 6Rs, so let me know in the comments. But yeah, the car itself is a really good looking car, and I really like the actual LED daytime running lights. It really sets the car off nicely. The car has a very aggressive look. So yeah, that's number 3. Oh fuck. Sorry mate. Okay, so the 4th thing that I like about my Polo GTI is the interior. It's actually a really, really nice place to be. With standard, it comes with your touch screen. I don't know exactly how big the screen is, but it's big enough. The actual feel, it feels like you're actually in quite an expensive car compared to its rivals like the Fiesta ST and the Corsa VXR. I prefer, it's a much nicer place to be than in those two. It's really nice touch plastics, for example, soft touch plastics here. The steering wheel's a really nice steering wheel. I know it's weird saying that the steering wheel's nice, but if you know, you know. So yeah, the interior is a massive thumbs up. Well done VW to that, because I really do like it, especially the trademark Jacaro cloth seats, which come standard in the car as well. Really do like it. The 5th thing that I like most about the Polo GTI is it's just so much fun to drive. You know, you can chuck it around country lanes, especially where I live. I've moved up to Cheshire, the accent would tell you that. But yeah, I've moved up to Cheshire, the country lanes, it's just so fun to just bung around corners in. It's just a great car, and you'll find, because of the grunt in the engine, which is the other thing that I like, number 1, it's just, it can pull you out of any bend, in any gear, and it always puts a smile on my face. Like they say, it's not miles per gallon, it's smiles per gallon, and I love it. It's a great handling car. It's so much fun to drive. It's light, it's nimble. The only thing though is I feel that they're holding back slightly on it. I think they could have made it even better, but I didn't want it to actually take over the crown of the Golf GTI, if that makes sense. But yeah, so those are the 5 things that I like most about the Polo GTI. So on to the 5 things that I dislike most about the Polo GTI. Number 1, I feel this is the biggest, this is my opinion, is the standard exhaust note. could have made it a little bit louder just to make it sound that little bit more special. Yes, it is loud if you're outside and someone's absolutely booting it. Obviously, yeah, you can hear it, but it's not as loud as I feel it should be. A little bit louder. That's why a lot of people I know have, for example, deleted the silencers, put on catbacks, etc, etc, to modify the exhaust, because it is quite quiet. The reason this car sounds quite loud inside is because I've got the sport button where it does pipe a sound through the speakers to make it sound slightly louder, as well as stiffening up the suspension, stiffening up the steering, increasing the throttle. Yeah, number one is the exhaust light. They could have made it sound a little bit better. Number two is what the car comes with standard. It comes with nothing. Like, I mean, it doesn't even come with parking sensors, doesn't come with climate control, doesn't even come with cruise control. Now, I think that's ridiculous. If you're paying, let's just say 20 grand for a Polo GTI, top of the range car for the Polos, you'd expect it to come with that. Whereas, for example, entry level, like the Polo Match, so 3 levels in, it comes with parking sensors and cruise control with standard, and it's a 12 grand car. So that in itself is a bit annoying. That is the second thing that I dislike about the car. Now the third thing is a bit hit and miss, is the standard ride height. When you actually look at the car from sideways, it looks like you're about to take part in a rally. It's just ridiculously high, I think. Yes, if they made it any lower, it would be a bit too bouncy. I understand that, but it should be slightly lower. It just doesn't look, if it was slightly lower, it would look a lot more aggressive, and I think it would set the car off a little bit better than it actually looks already. So yeah, that's number 3. That's a tiny thing. So again, let me know if you feel the same. Number 4. Now, yeah, I know number 4 actually, is the size of the tank. It's a 45 litre tank. Yes, this car is very economical. I get that. You know, you can achieve 45 miles to the gallon, possibly even 50, if you concentrate hard enough and you drive really efficiently. But because it's such a small litre tank, you struggle to get over 300 miles to it. So you find yourself fueling up every week. Well, I fill up every week anyway, so that's £50 just gone. So yeah, number 4 is definitely the fuel. And number 5, which is the most annoying, is this. So the 5th thing that I hate most is this. Put your key in the ignition's on. You open your door, this does not stop. Hear this noise? Goes on and on. So if you're trying to clean your car, for example, and you leave your door slightly open while you're doing the interior, that just goes, which is the most frustrating thing in the world. So that is the 5th thing that I hate most about this car. So those are the 5 things that I like and the 5 things that I dislike about my Polo GTI. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It would be much appreciated. But until then, see you next time.